Hey, what is going on? If you are just like me, you're always looking for the next gaming adventure, and we got to talk about Nightingale. And today we're going to go over about 10 different things that you're going to need to know before you even purchase the game, or if you haven't even heard about the game, then today you're going to be hearing a lot about it. And especially this 10 things is something that we need to pay close attention on how the game is going to be developing. Nightingale throws you into an enchanting but dangerous fey realm where every decision shapes your journey. From building your own badass character, of course, I'll show you more about the details on those, and also constructing states, not just houses, but states. Imagine that. This is going to be a game that is going to be a dream playground for some of you, but it could probably be a nightmare for some of you as well. So let's dive into this top 10 things you absolutely need to know about Nightingale. So the first one is going to be the open world setting, which is in the far realm. This is where you're going to be. You're going to be thrown into it. This is going to be after a catastrophic event on Earth. Players find themselves in the far realm, a world filled with magic and unknown danger. This is going to be a setting of an open world. So if you ever done a survival game, I'm sure that you guys have played Enshrouded. If you're watching this video, you know I've covered that game. So think about Nightingale like Enshrouded, but the crafting is just a whole new level, and I'll talk to you about it later in the video. Now, also, you're going to be in an enchanting environment, which is going to be something different that you're going to have to deal when you are in this far realm. Dive into the character customization. Beyond the basic appearance options, players, you're going to be able to customize your character background. It might also influence certain gameplay aspects like the starting skills or equipment, which right from the get-go, you also are going to be able to set the difficulty of the game. So if you want to go easy, or if you want to go hard, the option is going to be for you. Now, also, the customization isn't just cosmetic. This is what the great thing about this game. I think they've gone into it and they thought about, well, if this is a survival adventure game, let's make it an adventure. And what they've done is that they have a tangible effects on how players are going to interact with the game rules and NPC. So it depends how you're going to choose your character. So you have 3 steps. Once you go in, you're going to be able to choose your age, your color, your nose, your head, mouth, the difficulty. You're also going to have a starting loadout, and that is going to depend on which NPC you're going to be able to attract to your base, or actually your state once you create it. And then the next one is going to be about the survival and building, and this was what probably is going to make this game a lot of fun. The game has a survival aspect, is heightened by environment challenges like weather condition, which also can affect you as a player with your health and also your integrity of your structure. So it depends on, at that moment, whatever's happening during the environment. It could be that you're taking damage, so you're going to have to take some cover so you're not going to be able to diminish your health and also get in a safe location, making this a very strategic decision about when you're going to explore and also when you need to seek shelter. So it has that cool environment, which I think Enshrouded did not have. Enshrouded was more about the shroud and going into it, where this one here, you're going to have to really pay really good attention when the weather changes, because that's going to be an effect on how you're going to be able to explore or do other things. Now, we dive into the architectural and the variety in building. The different architectural styles offer not just visual diversity, like it looks really nice, looks cool, you're able to modify it, but it also has a functional implications, like will it have a better resistance to certain environmental conditions, or is it going to attract certain type of NPCs to your building? So it's not just about building a structure, building a tower or whatever it is. It's about how you're going to do it, to strategize, to be able to have resistance for your building or attract those NPCs. So you got to pay really close attention when you're setting up your base. Players can showcase their achievements and journey through their architectural choices, creating unique landmarks in the game world. Now we're going to dive in what the meat of the game is, and it's going to be in the crafting system. Nightingale takes crafting to a whole nother level, and I'm going to be breaking it down in a couple of things. One, you're going to have a customization and tailoring to what play style you're going to have. So you could either craft a wide range of items, from basic survival gear to complex specialized equipment. The system also is going to allow to customize according to the play style. As an example, if you're going to be focusing on stealth, you can craft a gear, or you can craft an item, or even enhance your stealth and your abilities that are going to help you for that type of playing style. Now, we also have a paramedic crafting system. The game employs a paramedic crafting system, which means that the properties of the crafted items can vary based on materials you're going to use. As an example, if you are crafting, let's just say, a jacket or a weapon, and you find, let's put it like this, as a rare, epic, common, or even a legendary, even though it doesn't exist in the game. But if you look at it like that, if you find, let's just put it like this, you find iron to build a weapon, but if that iron is common, but you find one that is epic or legendary, then you're going to be able to use that material, which is going to affect the overall quality of either your gear, your weapon, and it's going to give you an advantage over other items that you're going to be able to build. So as you are exploring in the game and you dive into it and you go further and further, and as you progressing through the game, you're going to find different materials that are going to have higher durability and are going to enhance the elemental resistance that you have. So it could be where you could, at one point, you're going to be able to withstand the rain to a certain degree because of what you have crafted, which comes from a material that is a more high-end or durable. Now, if you've crafted different items in other games, you know that crafting could either be a nightmare, or you can make it something that is very organized. You're going to be able to require to gather various resources from the environment. So just like in Shrouded, you're going to need to explore. You need to go into adventures, complete different missions that are going to unlock and help you progress to the game, which is going to actually balance between crafting essentials, survival items that are going to desire you to create more advanced and specialized equipment. So the game actually is pushing you to do things and go out to be able to craft better items. Now, as you craft, it depends on how you're going to be able to do it, which is going to significantly impact the gameplay or the strategy that you're going to need to implement. As an example, crafting an item that allows you for faster movement or that improves your combat abilities can open up a different approach on how you're going to explore in the Fall realm, meaning you're going to be able to engage with enemies, or if you're not strong enough, then you're going to have to push back a little bit and until you become a little bit more OP. So crafting is going to extend the consumables like food and potions that we can provide you a temporary boost or special ability. One thing to note is that, like, if you're creating a spell or something magically, the type of item or the material that you get to be able to create that or to craft it, it doesn't matter. But if you are trying to craft a clothing or a weapon, it does matter what type of material. So for magic, it doesn't matter. Whatever you get and find is going to have the same results. You don't need to get something that's going to be upgradable to be able to get something better. Now, as you are progressing, you're going to be able to develop different skills. So as you are able to unlock new crafting recipes and materials, you're going to be progressing, enhancing your different abilities, and also creating very powerful and diverse items. The progression of the game ties into the overall journey of you as a player, and is going to reflect your growth from basic survival to a master realm walker. So level 1 to level 100, right? So you're gonna see the big difference right away once you start becoming more OP. The enhancement and how each of them are going to add a unique ability to either weapon, gear, spell casting powers, and especially in the combat movements. You're going to be able to imbue your equipment, have in mind, later on, I'll explain a little bit more, that is going to enchantments that's going to enhance the variety of effects like executing an area attack, regrowing a forest, or enhancing combat and exploration. So crafting, as you are able to see here, it gets deep and is going to help you. So better you are able to at crafting. And one disadvantage that I do and probably will find is that if you are one of the players that do not like crafting and would rather explore, well, I think you might just find something negative in the game, because you are pushed to craft in this game to be able to become very powerful. One good thing that Nightingale does is about the combat system. It allows you to, on the go, to be able to change your gear, to be able to think different how I'm going to be approaching this enemy. So if it didn't work once, right away you're able to change your gear to be able to be suited to that type of environment that you're trying to or that you're being in it, such as fighting an enemy that could be immune to, let's just say, fire or magic. Then on the spot, you're going to be able to change your weapons or your gear that is going to help you, and also fight with a different type of approach on the different type of combat styles and strategies that you're going to be able to implement. I think one cool thing that this game does different than others is that it's introducing something that is called the realm cards. This is very helpful for exploration. Now you have 3 different types. You have the biome, the major, and also the minor. Choosing the right combination such of the realm cards can greatly influence the type of resources, enemies, and challenges as a player that you're going to be able to encounter. So adding a layer of strategy to exploration is going to be very critical. So you can't just like, you're able to find this card, which you'll be able to in the game, or you're going to be able to craft them as well. So it depends what type of combination, depends on what you're going to be able to get in return. Some of the realm cards might just lead you to a rare resource that you probably need. You're going to be able to maybe craft it or find it, or find a unique NPC that is offering a reward for, so let's just put it like this, for an experiment with a different type of combination that you probably cannot get anywhere else. So it's also very important, and you have to strategize on how you use this different type of realm cards. Another awesome thing that the game does, and is going to be for companion and the multiplayer option. You're going to be able to team up with up to 6 people, and you're actually are going to be able to help each other, and by building and also making sure that when you're playing, you do have the option, unlike some games that when someone joins your game, the person that joins you is not able to become powerful or upgrade the gear. In this case, yes, you're able to help your friend. So if they join you, you are able to build a state or you can go out and explore and team up and just find rare items and become very powerful at the same time. And the end game part of the game is going to be once you reach the watch servers, and that is the part right at the end, which is going to offer you high level quests. Of course, by offering you that, you're going to have different items that you're going to be able to unlock, and also dungeons, like high-end dungeons where you're going to require teamwork and strategy and planning. One disappointing thing I have to say in regards to probably some type of survival games is that when they release a game, they make you feel like, oh, you can't do it without alone. But no, sometimes like in Shrouded, once you become OP or to a certain degree, I mean, the game just becomes easy. Especially when magic just destroys everything and melee just becomes doo-doo, right? Now, it's also a place for a community events where players can participate in special challenges, seasonal events, and also collaborations and projects. Now that I provided you with 10 different things that you need to know about buying this game, one thing that really has me as an iffy in this game is the gameplay style. If you've noticed in the footage and different footages that you probably have watched, and you're watching it here as well, the gameplay seems a little bit quirky in a way that it just makes you feel like, oh, it needs a lot of work still. But hopefully once early access starts on the 20th, it's not that of what we actually are watching now, and it looks more decent and looks like the gameplay style looks more fluent, which it should be, and hopefully it is. If not, we'll see how everyone in the community accepts this game or not. So there you go. That's it. Those are the top 10 things you guys need to know about Nightingale before you even purchase it. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications to all, and we'll see you on the next video.